Episode 5. The evening winds blew away the summer humidity, bringing out the refreshing, crisp aroma of gardenia flowers. Inhaling that strong aroma put Jingfan's heart into even more confusion. After parting from Koichi, Jingfan slowly climbed the stairs of her dormitory. Without even having a chance to reflect on the events of the night, she stumbled upon Xinlan standing in the middle of the room speaking in a loud, thunderous voice. "Jingfan, have you seen that monster Xiaoliang Wang today?" "No, I didn't." "Who's Xiaoliang Wang? I don't even know who that is," Jingfan answered. "Xiaoliang Wang is a good-for-nothing pain in the ass. He'll also be a ghost by the time I'm done stabbing him in the face." Xinlan snapped with her face red in anger, stomping on the floor as if her words were not enough to convey her fury. Jingfan's foggy mood magically vanished at the sight of Xinlan's rage. "Understood, Princess Xinlan. If this Xiaoliang Wang creature is truly as dangerous as you say, then I'll definitely do my best to stay away from him as well. If I encounter him, would I become dreadfully angry and go berserk like you? If flames of rage and anger begin erupting from my ears and mouth, we'll have to call the fire station before I accidentally burn someone's skin off. And gosh, if I'm the reason this dorm burns to the ground, I can't imagine the inconvenience it would cause everyone. What an unforgivable sin that would be," Jingfan teased. Everyone in the dormitory laughed at Jingfan's sarcasm. Xinlan eventually started laughing at herself as well. When the sounds of laughter ceased, Jingfan asked Xinlan about what happened. Xinlan gradually started calming down as she explained to Jingfan in detail about what had happened that day. "Xiaoliang Wang is the guy who introduced me to Koichi Mizuno." "Oh, so he's the matchmaker," Li intruded from the side as she picked at her eyebrows. "I'm not talking to you," Xinlan shouted, glaring at Li before continuing her story. "He's a research student at the Japanese language department. I don't know why, but ever since I became language partners with Koichi Mizuno, he's been going out of his way to cause trouble for us every single night we study together. He always comes out of nowhere and inserts himself into our conversations. Apparently, he and Koichi are friends. Japanese people never say what they truly feel, right? That's probably why Koichi never says anything about it." "Hard for you to keep your mouth shut, isn't it? You two finally get a chance to be all alone together, and then some random annoying guy won't leave you alone. It's only natural that our little princess would get upset at that, since there's really nothing you can do about it. A summer night like this would be the ideal chance for love to blossom as you and Koichi gaze at the glowing moon together, yet that idiot comes and ruins it. You're too nice, Xinlan. If it were me, I'd beat the shit out of him. You know that song, Your Kindness is the Reason You Bear So Much Pain? You can't make an enemy out of Xiaoliang Wang or else you'll lose Koichi, and Koichi doesn't have a clue how you feel about him. Oh, you poor princess. Your frail body can't handle all that pain, can it? Xiaoliang Wang is seriously the worst, isn't he?" Li chanted, taunting her. Xinlan raised her fist and pretended to punch her, to which Li shielded her head and ran around the table, screaming in an overdramatic manner. "Save me! Violence! Don't take your frustration out on me, Xinlan! Didn't I just compliment you by calling you nice? I guess it's true that a woman's mood changes at the drop of a dime. I thought you had already blown off all your steam when you were yelling at Jingfan over there, but now I guess it's my turn. But no matter how many people in this dorm you terrorize, nothing will change. Rather than get angry, why don't you calm down and work with everyone to come up with a solution together? 2 heads are better than 1, right?" Xinlan lunged at Li once again. "Forgive me, princess! Stop chasing me!" Li, whom the others called Fei Fei, chubby, gasped, huffing and puffing as she begged for mercy. Xinlan, also out of breath, eventually stopped and the commotion finally calmed. Just as Jingfan was about to say something, Chenyan retired her silent spectator role and spoke up. "If you ask me, I'd say Xiaoliang Wang's got an ulterior motive for sure. Finding a Japanese partner right now is extremely difficult, you know. Why would he go through the trouble of introducing Shinran to Koichi Mizuno? I have a feeling he has something else in mind. Maybe by introducing Shinran to a language partner, he wants her to feel indebted to him so that he can steal the heart of his beauty. You know what they say, one smile of a beautiful woman is worth $1,000. I'm right, aren't I? I think Chenyan hit the nail on the head, but if that's really his intention, isn't he just drawing water with a bamboo bucket? It's like making a wedding dress for someone else's bride. Also, considering how popular Shinran is, if they were to all line up in the order they arrived, Xiaoliang Wang would be miles away, Lee said, interjecting her unwanted opinion once again. It would be a different story if Shinran actually liked him, though. She could change the order for him. I guess she could let him in through the back door if she really wanted to. Only for a limited time, though. Please end this foolish conversation. I don't need you two talking about me like I'm some hot item at an auction or on sale at the flea market. Don't you think you should find more productive ways to spend your time? Shinran complained in disapproval of Lee and Chenyan making fun of her like a comedic duo. You say we can think about it together for my sake, but right now it just looks like you're taking Xiaoliang Wang's side. Also, Chenyan, you claim to be a bookworm, but are you really? It's not one smile of a beautiful woman is worth $1,000. It's one moment of a spring night is worth $1,000. Remember that, Shinran said before realizing how much she let her tongue slip. She immediately covered her mouth with both hands, but it was already too late. Lee laughed out loud. My oh my, how eloquent our little Shinran is. You obviously feel the need to tear other people apart with your words to make yourself feel better, but now you can't hide that side of yourself anymore. You just revealed your true colors. Well done, well done. So, Shinran, when do you plan to spend your moment of a spring night with Mr. Mizuno? When you do, leave it to the three of us to decorate your newlywed bedroom. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Oh, I see some cute kids in your future as well, she sneered, trying to imitate a fortune teller. She shook her head before continuing. The 3rd of next month is a tie-on day, so why not make that your wedding day? Before she could finish, Jingfan and Chenyan were already rolling on the floor laughing. Shinran, with her face red in embarrassment, climbed atop Lee's bed and wrestled her into the covers with all her strength. Resisting, Lee shouted, Wow! Girls are so scary when they fall in love! I surrender! Spare my life! The 4 girls spent the rest of the night having their usual lively chats, without producing a conclusion to this conversation. Gorgeous youth. Simply being youthful makes everything more fun, where any conversation can change into roaring laughter. When Jingfan spent time with these 3 girls she lived together with as classmates, she became enwrapped in their warm and friendly atmosphere, and she was truly appreciative from the bottom of her heart to have made so many good friends. Bliss such as this reflects how those 4 years at university are often remembered as the brightest time of one's life. In this moment, she sincerely felt this to be true. The girls were surrounded by bright smiles each day. They laughed when they wanted to laugh, and they joked without holding anything back. They lived within an endless, vivid daydream, where their only source of stress was trying to figure out how to make their days even more fun, or how to slow down the flow of time. The age of 18 is an innocent time in the life of a young girl, similar to that of blooming spring flower petals fluttering down from the sky. Now that they had reached the prime of their youth, these 18-year-old girls beamed with the very beauty described in the lyrics of songs or poems. Jingfan wished time would just stop like this. Not only herself, but also Shinran, Lee, and Chenyan most likely felt the same way. If only they had known they would never again be able to enjoy these innocent smiles and silly jokes, they would all surely beg from the bottom of their hearts to let these moments last forever. These wonderful times that once shined bright would soon disappear as quickly as flickering fireworks, merely turning into insignificant memories without leaving any evidence that they once existed. Like how flower petals fall by their own will, while the water flows by its own will as well. Not a single soul should be allowed to recall a dreary past that cannot be brought back to life. Nevertheless, time that is meant to pass will eventually pass, while things that are destined to disappear will also disappear someday. This is how history is born. There is yesterday, today, as well as tomorrow. That night, along with the sunrise the next day, there was no escaping this fate which was to become a gorgeous memory. Jingfan and Xinlan returned to their normal lives once again. Xiaoliang Wang continued to show up during Xinlan and Koichi Mizuno's study time as always, to which Xinlan would lose her temper to no avail. Jingfan continued discussing literature with Koichi, with the occasional laugh-inducing anecdote such as giving big hats, while time calmly passed by through the warm summer air. Nevertheless, people see sorrow, happiness, separation, and reunion. Meanwhile, the moon sees darkness, light, fullness, and emptiness. But maintaining these forms since ancient times proves difficult. This poem foreshadows that these fun days will be brought to an end by a certain girl and a coincidental encounter.